For my informative speech, I'll be talking about what I believe is one of the worst trades in sports history. Now, the NBA, you're able to draft from colleges, high schools. Depends on who you want, really. And each team has a draft pick. Mainly, if you're one of the worst teams, you get one of the top three draft picks, and so on. The better you go, the lower your draft picks are. Now, for the 1996 draft, I wasn't even born, but I know who. I saw the player who got drafted. I saw him play. I saw him win championships and stuff like that. In the 1996 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets, they were the Hornets back then. They drafted Kobe Bryant. Now everyone knows Kobe Bryant, right? The Black Mamba. That same day, he was traded to the Lakers. That's how we all know him. He played for the Lakers. He got traded for a center called Blade Divac. He was um, he was good. He's a good player. Um, but if you really think about it, Kobe. Now you know what happens with Kobe. Not a lot of people know about Divac, right? The Lakers had a pretty good season, the 1994-1995 season. Uh, they went 53-29, so that's really not that bad. They had Jerry West as the general manager. If you don't know, just a quick fact, Jerry West is a actual logo from the NBA. He's the person. He scouted Kobe when he was in high school, and he didn't want people to know about him, so they didn't speak of him as much. And I guess for them it came out to be one of the best, right? Blake Divac, he was the 26th overall pick in the 1989 draft. He was one of 7 players to record 13,000 points, 9,000 rebounds, 13,000 assists, and 1,500 blocks. Which that's pretty good, right? I would say that's pretty good. He was a 1989-1990 NBA All Star, rookie All Star. So he I guess most people thought he was gonna become good, right? And he was a one-time NBA All Star. Now Kobe, on the other hand, he was a 13 overall, 1996, 5-time NBA champion, 7-team NBA All Star. He was 1997 Slam Dunk champion. In a game versus Toronto, he scored by himself 81 points. And for some teams in some games, that's just the total amount of points they be scoring. Now, Divac as a Hornet. So the Hornets traded Kobe for Divac. They thought they were going to get a better deal. He thought he was going to be a better player than Kobe. He only spent 2 years with them. So if you think about it, they traded a future All-Star Hall of Famer player for a center who only lasted them for 2 years. He averaged almost 12 points a game. He is 8.6 rebounds per game, and about 2 blocks per game, which is I guess average for most centers, I guess. He was an Olympic champion, so that's something he got right. He did well. Just when it came with the Hornets, he never won a championship, which I think, in my mind, I think that's the most important important thing in the NBA. If you don't have championships, like that's nothing, right? Like some people say nowadays LeBron's better than MJ, but MJ has 6 rings to LeBron's 3. And in this case, Kobe had 5 rings, and D-Vac has 0, and he only played with the Hornets for 2 years, and really didn't get much from him. Like, they traded a really good player to get D-Vac, and he didn't do much for them. Now, the Blank Mamba, everyone knows who's Kobe. Everyone knows he started with number 8. He's eventually got the number 24 jersey number. He has both of those numbers retired in LA. He changed the LA culture. I mean, they had good teams back in the 80s, but in the 90s they were all just okay. And then Kobe, after MJ, was considered to be the best player in the NBA. So they traded the best player of the NBA for a center they only got for 2 years. Which, I mean, I guess it sucks. I guess the Hornets wanted a win now, maybe, kind of deal. And, well, they didn't win much. They only went to the playoffs once. While Kobe was in the league, Charlotte didn't do much. They had a good 5 seasons going to the playoffs, maybe. While Kobe went to the playoffs like every single season of his life, almost, except for like the last 2 years and got hurt. To this day, Charlotte hasn't won any championships. So Kobe has been he did better than the whole franchise. So Charlotte Hornets franchise, which is now New Orleans. But at one point it was New Orleans Hornets. I believe it'd been crazy if Kobe would have stayed in Charlotte. He would have won them a few rings. Because it's Kobe. He's one of the best. And personally, I'm not the biggest Kobe fan, but you gotta admit he was pretty good. This was one of the worst trades, in my opinion, for the Hornets. I mean, because really they had the guy to win championships, right? They traded for already at his peak player, who they really wouldn't they weren't gonna get much more from him, and I guess they thought he was gonna be better than Kobe. I guess Jerry West did a good thing about not showing other people, other scouts about Kobe. So yeah, in my opinion, the worst trade the Hornets have ever made. One of the worst trades in the NBA. One of the worst trades ever, because you can't really trade off Kobe. Like, who would do that, right?